Sure, guys. Let's say next program. Let's write a C program to initialize and display the elements of 1D array, or you can call one-dimensional array. This is the experiment belongs to first year programming for problem solving lab, and this experiment will begin with the, this will be the 11th experiment. Okay, experiment number 11. Now, what is an array? Already we learned this concept in the theory classroom. So, array is defined as a collection of similar types of data items stored in a contiguous, or you can call continuous, contiguous or continuous memory locations. So, array can be defined as the collection of similar types of data items or values or elements stored in a continuous memory locations. Arrays array is a derived data type in the C language which can store the primitive data type such as int, char, float, double. Okay, it has the capability to store the collection of derived data types such as pointers, structures. The array is the simplest data structure where each data element can be randomly accessed using its index number. Means each value of an array of an item in an array has its own index. So you can access any elements within the array by using the index number. An array index starts from 0 and the last index of an array must be size minus 1. Uh, so when to use C array? C array to store. Always keep in mind whenever you have similar types of values or similar types of elements or items. In that case, you can use array. Let's take an example. If you want to store the marks of a 6 subject, then we don't need a 6 different variables for the marks in different subject. So what we can do, instead of this creating 6 different variables to store 6 different subject marks, we can define a single array which can store the marks of each subject in a continuous memory location. So by using the array, we can access the element easily. Only few lines of codes are required to access the elements in the array. Let's see the properties of an array. What are the properties of an array? The array contains following properties. So each element of an array is of same types and carries the same size. Let's take an example. Here I'm using integer. Okay, integer which takes 4 bytes. Okay, one item 4 bytes. Suppose if I have 6 elements in an array, so the total array size will be 24 bytes. So elements of the array are stored in a continuous memory location where the first element is stored at the smallest location. Each element of the array can be randomly accessed since we can calculate the address of each element of the array with the given base address and the size of the data element. So let us see what are the advantages of the array. First is code optimizations. Obviously, instead of writing 6 different variables to store 6 marks, I can use a single line of code. I can initialize, and within a single line I can write all the 6 values. Traversing from starting to end to start, or from sub arrays, I can perform ease of traversing by using the array. So by using for loop, by using while loop, by using do while loop, we can retrieve the elements of an array easily. Whenever you want to perform searching, sorting, those operations you can perform on the array also. So to sort the element, to search the elements in the array, we need few lines of code only. I can access any element in an array in a random order. So what are the disadvantages of an array? So the disadvantages of an array is it's a size. I can call a fixed size because we need to declare the size at the time of array declarations. So whatever the size we define at the time of declaration of an array, we can't exceed the limit. So it doesn't grow the size dynamically like linked list. This we'll learn later on, not now. This linked list we shall see later on. Let's see declaration of a C array. How we can declare an array in a C language? So first of all, we should know what type of array you want to create or data type: integer, floater, char, longer, shorter. Okay. So data type, the valid array name or identifier name, and size of an array must be enclosed within opening square bracket and within closing square bracket. Let's say an example. I want to create an array with a size of 5 to store the marks. So integer marks. Here integer is a data type and marks is the array name or valid identifier name. And 5 is the array size. 5 is the array size. So initialization of the CRA. The simplest ways to initialize an array is by using the index of each element. Okay. Here I declared memory is allocated, address is available, but there is no value. Now I want to put the values in their indexes. Okay. We can initialize each element of the array by using its index. Let's consider the example. So here marks of 0. At 0th position, I want to initialize 10. At the first position, I want to initialize 30. At the second position, I want to initialize 50. At the third position, I want to initialize 70. At the fourth position, I want to initialize 95. Okay. 10, 30, 50, 75, 95. I want to initialize these active values, these 5 values. So first index must be, first item in the array must be at 0th index, and the last item must be at the size -1 index. Okay. Fine. So I can answer. Principal, mechanical, CSCC, CSI, electronics, EDC, VLSI. First year exploration, bus in charge, library, workshop, store, student section, account section, TPO, IQSC, NAC, admin, tower, Kulkarni, R&D. Thank you. Next we shall see an example how I can able to declare and initialize an array. Okay, a simple example, static initialization I can call. I don't want to go with the dynamic. Dynamic I will go, but just a minute, I will go. I'll go to the next example. Alt F new source file. So let's declare and initialize the array. So here I'm including 2 header files. One is stdio.h and second is canonical input output.h. Okay. Execution of a program starts from the main and the body of a main function starts from opening curly brace. So here I declared I variable with the initialization 0 of type integer. Next I'm declaring a marks array of type integer. Marks array of type integer with the size of 5. So declaration of int type array. Next let me initialize each element one by one. So marks of 0, 16, marks of 1, you can change the values if you wish to. 20, marks of 2, here is 30, marks of 3, here is 45, marks of 4, here is 55. Okay, let's traverse, let's extract the element. This is also one way. Even another way also can do by using individual. If you want to retrieve individual values of each element, so you can use here %d. I will use here all. So I have 5 elements. Okay, /n/n. Here I'm accessing all with individual items manually, but I'm not doing using loop marks of 0. Next marks of 1. Okay, next marks of 2. So in this way also you can able to traverse and access the elements. Okay, marks of 4 and marks of 5. Marks of 5. Okay, fine. So printf %d. So all 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all 5 items will be displayed. So this is by using a normal printf. Similarly, you can traverse your array element by using the loops also. So here loop starts from 0 and I less than 5. So up to 5 iteration will iterate 0 to 4, 5, I plus plus. So here we are printing. I don't need loop here body because I do have only single line, single statements within this for loop. So %d /n, or instead of printing /n, I will use your /t. Okay, fine. And here I'll write get ch. So array declaration. Let me connect the charger. Fine. Close. declaration and initialization. See source file. Okay, save. Control F9. Before going to compile, let me close previous output. Control F9, compile, Control F10. Now you can see all the array items. So 80, 20, 30, 30, 45. This is by using single printf. Okay, this printf. And by using for loop, this next. Okay, so in this way you can able to traverse the items. So this is the output. So this is individual, statically I can call. Let's see now, same dynamically we shall see. So in C, we can, now here I did manually, but I wish to do, uh, here I did manually with individual items. Now let's initialize all the elements all at once. So C arrays declaration with initializations. So we can initialize the C array at the time of declarations. Let's see the code. For the code, integer marks of 5 and assignment operator within opening curly and closing curly. I'm writing all 5 elements separated by commas. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So in such case, there is no requirement to define the size. So here either you write the size or don't write the size. It is optional. So the above this statement can be written as line number 101 in this way also. Look at here, just do observe this line and this line. Okay, here I mentioned the size is a 5. Here there is no size. Okay, fine. So this is also valid statement. The compiler will allocate automatically the number of, based on the number of counts, the size will be allocated. So let me rerun this program once again. Let me include my canonical input output.h header file. Let me ask to wait for reading a single character. Okay. Array declaration come initialization. Okay. See source file. So here also you can iterate similar way. In this way also you can able to access the element. Okay. So here can traverse the element. So to avoid this one, what I'll do, I'll write in 2 different lines. So I'll remove 2 values. Slash n, and I'll remove last 2 values so that you can read easily. So here I need only, fine. So I don't need here first 3 elements. I'll keep only, okay, marks 3. No, I don't need this also. Marks 4 and 5. So here I'm iterating, here I'm accessing the elements individually, manually from the program, and here I'm traversing all the array items by using the for loop. Okay, fine. Control S, Control F9, let me compile. Before going to compile, let me close the existing output. Compile, Control F10. So you can see here, the issue, it should be 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let me make here 3. Let's make it here 4. Okay, guys. I think I made same mistake here itself. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is not valid. Okay, 5 is not a valid. So marks of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me correct here also. Did I make any mistake here? No. Okay, here also same. So I'm removing this one because I have only 5 terms: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. Save. And let me rerun the program. Recompile. Rerun. Yes, correctly. And let me rerun this one also. Control F9. Control F10. You can see here 20, 30, 40. I have manually accessed all the items from the marks array, and here by using for loop traversal. Okay, 20, 30, 40, 50, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Okay, in this way you can able to traverse the array. Control C, let me keep the backup. Okay, fine. So C program to initialize and display the elements of 1D array. So let me use this large program. I used to try using different ways. Means dynamically, statically, you can able to do. So here I did by using statically. Let's perform dynamically. Dynamically initialize the array elements from 1D array. So hash include stdio.h included header file stdio and canonical info.h. I took here two variables of type integer n and I. Please ask to the user to enter the number of elements in the array. So here I got the number of elements from the user. Just validate. If you enter the size is less than or equal to 0, there is no meaning of creating the size less than 0. So that's what. If your size is less than 0, if user enter size is less than 0, I will stop the program execution. Okay. And if it is more than this, I will declare the array of with the size of n. Next, let initialize the array. Printf enter %d element. Okay, enter 5 elements. If you enter the 10 size, enter 5 elements now. Enter 0th element. Okay, first element, second element, third element, fourth element, fifth element. So you have to add those elements, and scanf function will read these values and it will store into array of index position. Next, we are traversing the array. So display the array elements. So the elements of the array are. So let me add here new line so that will get p/n. Okay. Now here I start from 0 and number of size, and here we are showing all the array elements. Okay, fine. Array dynamic init and declare and initialize. Declare and initialize with dynamic input with dynamic elements. C source file, control F9, control F10. So let's see now. Suppose if I enter 0, program will stop. Why? Because I entered 0, and if number size is less than 0, array size must be greater than 0. If you want to really see, so let me keep here get ch. Okay, control F9. Really it works or not? 0. So array size must be greater than 0. Fine. Control F10. Now I'm entering 5. Enter the number of elements in the array, 5. So enter 5 elements. So I'm entering here 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. So the elements of the array are array of 0, 11, array of 1, 22, array of 2, 33, array of 3, 44, array of 4, 55. So in this way, you can able to declare and initialize the array elements. Fine. And this is how it works. So this is the output, sample inputs and sample output. So dynamic array elements, so you can use int of array n, allows the array size to be determined at runtime. So it is available in C99 and later version almost. So loop efficiently handle the initialization and display for array of any size. Error handling, the program validates the inputs to ensure the array the size of the positive. Fine. Okay guys, next we shall see about next experiment. 11th done. Now we shall see implement a program to find the largest and smallest in the array. Largest and smallest in the array. Fine.